2020 is just the year that keeps on giving, isn't it? Marvel's latest trailer for its newest project has been making the rounds the past couple of days, and I'm sure it has been received with universal praise. Holy mother of Moses, look at that. Very rarely do you see a like-dislike ratio of that magnitude. Now, while this like-dislike ratio is bad, it still hasn't beaten the worst to my knowledge, that being Robert Storm's take on Parasite winning at the Oscars. But assuming Marvel doesn't wise up and take the video down, well, this just might take the cake. Matter of fact, because Marvel has recently shut down due to the worldwide event that's been going on, I imagine that's the only reason they haven't turned off the comments section for this abomination as of yet. So before they do, I figured maybe we can have ourselves a silver lining in this dark time by celebrating some of the funniest comments I found on their video. Now before I begin, let me just lay the foundation for a sec. I love comics, but I'm not a big comic reader. I've read the Deadpool comics, some of them. I've read the Batman comics, some of them. And I enjoy the shit out of comic book movies, but that's about as far as it goes. Also, I'm only familiar with the surface level A and B tier heroes. I'm not familiar with the C, D, and E tiers, otherwise known as the bottom of the barrel. And I didn't even know there was a New Warriors comic out there. Or a New Warriors anything, really, until this trailer hit. I have no attachment to that franchise or those characters. Perhaps the older comics are good, so I'm not knocking those or the people who love them, more power to you. Matter of fact, because I'm so comic illiterate, I was oblivious to the current abysmal state of Marvel Comics, even when I read one firsthand. It was just before the release of Black Panther, you see, and because the character looked appealing to me, I wanted to know more about Wakanda's lore and about Black Panther himself. So I bought myself Volume 1 of Black Panther World of Wakanda. And what I got instead, from the second page, mind you, was a 2-hour read of a lesbian soap opera between two of the Black Panther's personal bodyguards. Something I can't imagine any Marvel fan asking for, but oh well. I told this to a buddy of mine at work, and he looked at me like I was a sweet summer child, and he was the one who introduced me to the barf-inducing comics of Female Thor, She-Hulk, and all of the other virtue-signaling abortions Marvel Comics has to offer nowadays. This really opened my eyes, and ever since I stayed well clear of anything Marvel comic related. And now we have New Warriors, Marvel's latest embarrassment from its collaborative team of morons. It's time to sit back, point your finger, and rightfully laugh at the clueless, out-of-touch, and frankly heinous group of Marvel's writing staff. Let's begin. This is something a soy boy makes for his wife's boyfriend. Indeed it is. Ah yes, my favorite heroes, childhood obesity, autismo, pronoun boy, and useless Shields kid. Edgy 11-year-old who thinks he's a vampire. Yeah, that's an ensemble cast right there. This is my favorite one. Gentlemen, we no longer have a toilet paper shortage. Right on, man. Right on. Marvel is just doing their part to make sure 2020 is the worst year. I was expecting the next thing out of his mouth to be they don't actually fight the villains. They just start hashtags on Twitter to get them cancelled. These comments, man, I swear, they're brilliant. Trailblazer only charges into action when she's rolled downhill. Oh boy. So this is what creative Corona looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Safe Space is a stereotypical jock. Shows flamboyant man in pink booty shorts. Oh god, he's jock meat is what he is. He would get fucking destroyed at school if he rocked up like that. He would be the punching, he would be, there's alpha males and there's beta males. That motherfucker's a Charlie male, man. The betas would beat the shit out of him. Marvel's still chasing the same audience that doesn't exist ever since 2012. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't around back then. The villainous downvote has come for this video. Quick! To the eco-friendly smart car. Wait for Trailblazer. She needs to sit and rest for a bit. That's I like that. This is basically free advertisement for DC. Yeah, there's a saying like for the consoles that like the Xbox One, because it launched so abysmally, that like the Xbox One sold more PS4s than Sony ever could have. Yeah, that's I like that. Their arch enemy is Toxic Man. He spews misogyny. His sidekick is Problematic Man. He suggests gender is biological reality. Oh, good one. That's great. When everyone is trashing this video and disliking it for very good reason. I'm so proud of this community. Yep. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. I can hear the Joker laughing at your downfall. He is going to asphyxiate himself. Stop. Oh, Lord. Yep, I can see that too. Brain dead. Absolutely brain dead. Don't pander to the mentally ill. Yeah, no, that's true. No one at Marvel stopped this. No one thought this was a bad idea. No one fired this man on the spot after the pitch. Let that sink in. Yeah, it still baffles me, buddy. Absolutely. I'm actually sad that I can't dislike twice. I'm sure many people share that. Stan Lee is rolling over in his grave right now. This garbage is a disgrace to Stan Lee. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. Poor Stan Lee. He never intended Marvel to turn into this. Well, Marvel, you did not close this comment section or voting system. I will give you that. Unless you just posted it and completely forgot about it, thinking it will make money just by itself. I think they're just lazy, buddy, or in denial. But who knows? They were all sent home. The studio was shut down temporarily, so, could be that. All right, it's time to re-elect Trump. And I like how freely I can laugh at that because I'm Australian. Doesn't affect me either way. I just like how that's the comment. It's just so blunt. Stanley isn't rolling in his grave. He's spinning like a Beyblade. Oh, Lord. I love the reference, by the way. I was a huge Beyblade fan back in the day. How much money do you want to lose? Marvel. Yes. Not bad. This is why boomers disrespect our generation. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I don't think I'm in this writer's generation, though. I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit younger than him, thankfully. It's honestly depressing that this is what Marvel has become, and they still don't understand why their comic sales are plummeting. Well, back to reading Berserk. Another anime reference. Excellent. This is actually giving me the inspiration to go back and create one of my own original comics that isn't woke. More power to you, man. Go for it. Don't make me come down there. Stan Lee. R.I.P. Stan Lee, you fucking legend. So we got Dora the Explorer, a Redditor, 2 genderless kids, and some LARPer as our heroes. Yay, I feel a lot safer. Some duck with a knife. I don't know what's funny, the name of the comment. The comment's pretty good, though. Plot twist, what if the villains are the actual heroes here? I could see myself going for the villains in this comic based on what I've seen. Yay, another product I'll be boycotting. We've reached South Park levels of satire, except it's actually real. True. The irony of him having Captain America's shield behind him in that interview. Oh Lord, Cap would be unimpressed. Although Chris Evans apparently is a major, lefty. I imagine he'd be very much supportive, at least publicly, of this, these kinds of comics. Anyway. And Marvel will just blame the virus or something for this failure, rather than for what was actually the reason no one bought garbage like this. Yeah, I can see them absolutely doing that. It can never be the product shit with these people. It's always a misogynistic male or, a sexist individual, the white man, or something like Star Wars fatigue or whatnot. They'll always point the finger at something else rather than the actual problem. That's why this keeps happening. Wait, so Screen Time's power is that he's a portable Wi-Fi spot. Oh, Lord, yep, that's, there's not much creativity going on there, is there? I'm against cancel culture, but this very time, we need fast cancellation. Yeah. And finally, and this is the one you guys will probably find most interesting, is this is the same guy who wrote the children's book, Santa's Husband. Not kidding. Google it. JFC.
My name is Daniel Kibblesmith, and I am the writer of New Warriors #1.
And lo and behold, the man was not lying. Santa's Husband, people. Marvel are scratching and clawing for writers with Santa's Husband as the selling point on their fucking resume. That's where we're at. This is 2020, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this shit up. It's no wonder we got this dumpster fire. Santa's Husband. This man wrote let that sink in. Santa's Husband. A children's book called Santa's Husband, he wrote. And Marvel fucking hired this guy to write New Warriors. What an absolute fucking joke. Right, now let's just settle down and have a little chat. Honestly, the YouTube comment section is an absolute gem at times. Like I said, I had no investment in this IP whatsoever, but I was getting alerts on my feed talking about it. And then as I lay in bed scrolling through what the community had to say, I nearly gave myself a coronary laughing at what people were saying. This trailer is a joke. Marvel is a joke. The writing stuff is a joke. These characters are a joke. Their priorities are a joke. My biggest surprise from all of this is that the dislikes weren't even higher than they were at the time I made this video. And this isn't the first time I've showcased comments regarding a particular topic, though the last time I did I was laughing in pity, not out of amusement. So I suggest you head over to that video and get your fill before Marvel works their censorship bullcrap and prevents its fanbase, or rather former fanbase at this point, from having a voice. Anyway, this is where I'll leave the video. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And if you would like to support content that isn't virtue signaling bullshit, head over to the Patreon. If you'd like to donate, even if it's just $1 per month, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you to all of my current patrons and YouTube members. You guys are phenomenal, and I appreciate your support. If you would like to contact me, you can find me on Twitter or head over to the channel's Discord server. You'll have a great time there, I'm sure. Thanks for staying till the end of the video. I very much appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.